like you came out with a very aggressive game plan against Stan. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, that was my game plan coming out. I had played Stan a few times before, most recently in Shanghai last year, and just being quite aggressive and not giving him too much rhythm from the back worked well. We had a really close match. I lost in the third set breaker, and just taking what I could from that match. One of the things was to try to be aggressive as I can when possible, and I thought I did that quite well for most of the matches. If a little bit in the second where I thought I could have done it better, but overall I was happy with the way I went about what I was trying to do out there.
Were you paying much attention to whatever his physical condition was? I know players say it's tough sometimes when you're playing somebody who appears they're hurt.
Yeah, it was really tough, especially in that second set of being up a break and then having that one service game of his where I think I had love 30 or 15-30, and I had an approach for it which I just missed to go 15-40, and then sort of crowd got into it a little bit, and next minute I've lost I think 10 points in a row or something, and he was serving a little bit better than towards the end of the second set, and the momentum I had built up had gone, so I really needed to reset and focus for the beginning of the third, and I think breaking him first game definitely helped me out a lot.
Statistically, looked like he's struggling with his first serve. Did you kind of notice that, or was there something you could pinpoint with his serve?
On his first serve? Yeah, he's got a good serve. He gets a lot of pace. It's kind of tough to pick up where he's going all the time. I was just trying to put as many balls in the court as possible. I wasn't too aware of it. Game plan is just to get as many first serves back as possible, just to give myself the best look in his serve games throughout the match.
Is there something about the conditions this year here at Indian Wells that's different? Because a lot of big servers are finding a lot of success this year in advancing. You and Milos and John Isner.
I don't feel the conditions are too different to last year. I think the courts are bouncy. It definitely lends itself to the serve, and it's when you're hitting your spots, especially the spins, gets up quite a bit. I think it just so happens this year that it's tough playing guys with big serves, especially in these courts, and I don't know if it's necessarily much of a court change. I just think those guys have just performed well this year.
Kevin, only one guy in the top six left in this tournament, which is pretty unusual for a Masters in this sort of era of the ATP where the big guys are so consistent. You guys, do you think it's been a sea change at all in the locker room? Ronich was talking about having someone like Stan break through, giving people more confidence that they could beat anybody. And in sort of your section of the rankings, have you felt that?
It's tough to pinpoint that exactly. As you said, it's more of maybe a feeling, and just seeing other guys do well probably makes that a little bit easier to believe and to feel like it's not just dominated by the top guys. I think maybe a few things have happened this year of where the top guys are playing, a couple injuries here and there, and it's opened the door for a few more other players to step in. I think it's exciting. I think for so long it was dominated by those guys, and I think it was great for the sport. I think it's good to see. It was great to see Stan breaking that and winning the Slam this year, and this week seeing some new faces. I think that's great for tennis. But fans and people who are following the sport get to know other people as well.
Can you talk about coming up next tomorrow? Play the 7 o'clock match against the winner right now. If you get Roger, that's kind of a tough double, and then obviously the blue would be like Tom.
It's going to be tough. I mean, either guy I play. Tommy's a great player. He's played some of his best tennis in the last couple of years. He's really pushing that boundary of being so physical, and especially people talk about his age and stuff, but he's moving well and he's playing great tennis. Roger sort of speaks for himself. There's not too much I can add from that. It's a close match. It was 3-3 when I last looked. So whoever it is tomorrow, I'm gonna have to come out and focus on my game, just do what I've been doing. I feel like I've been playing good tennis, and I'm gonna have to definitely continue that tomorrow.
All of you guys knew how good Stan was before he won Australia, but now you play him after he wins Australia. Does that kind of add a little bit of juice to it when you play a guy who's won Slam?
It does. I was saying earlier, during the match, it wasn't really on my mind that he had won Australian where he was. Just focus on what I was doing, and but seeing him ranked number 3, it's definitely different. So you're so used to the same guys occupying those top 4 or 5 spots. I thought Stan had really started playing really good tennis, of recent, and I actually wasn't that surprised with him winning Australia the way he was playing, and I knew it was a tough match today, and it feels great to beat somebody who obviously who has just won a Grand Slam.
Kevin, congratulations on your recent run. You're doing really well, but South Africa has a long ago tradition that's quite strong, but recently been struggling pretty significantly. Could you talk about that, please?
It's really tough in terms of having those opportunities. Being South African, you're really far from the tennis scene, and speaking to some of the older guys, you could get to top 100 without leaving South Africa. However many years ago, and that's you can't do that anymore. You can't even come close. You have to leave the country, and there's just not as many people there. So if you're wanting to play pro tennis, you kind of have to leave. I went to the college, the collegiate system. I really recommend that to other guys as well who I speak to, and that just makes it tougher when you have weeks off, not going back there, and then juniors not really getting the opportunity to see the top guys playing. I think hopefully it can change. I think getting tournaments back there will be a huge step, but I think it's a sort of a longer project right now. There's only a few of us playing out there, and I hope that people can see that it is possible. That's I feel, being where I am, I really hope that juniors, especially in SA, because I was in their same position, that it's not easy, but if you keep working, it's definitely possible.
Is Ellis Park functional now? Is it a happening place? And do you know whether there are courts in Soweto that are any good?
Yeah, I haven't been to Ellis Park in a number of years, but was there a lot. Our Gauteng Central squads were there. I played a lot of league matches there. I'm not sure what they have going on right now. If there's squads or academies out of there, I know there's quite a few in the Joburg area. Sort of north of Ellis Park, and then in Pretoria as well. There's a bunch. And I haven't been to the Soweto complex to see what that's like. Everybody says it's really nice, so hopefully there's kids and the courts are being well used.
Kevin, when you have a win like this over Stan, do you allow yourself to celebrate, or do you feel that it's one win and it's a type of win I feel I should be having?
I think there's a bit of both. Right now, it feels definitely thinking about the match and speaking to my team, family, and friends. It feels good seeing their support, and I think it's important to recognize matches like that. It's not easy beating the top guys in the world. It is in the middle of a tournament, so I definitely have to start focusing tomorrow. But I think at least over the next while, it'll be. I think it's good to reflect on the match and feel proud of the achievement. And then it's a new day tomorrow, and it's a new match. So I think it's probably a bit of both.
Can I ask if you still plan to apply for American citizenship?
Excuse me?
Do you still plan to apply for American citizenship?
Yeah, it will be sometime next year in the summer. I'll be applying for dual citizenship. My wife's American. We live in Delray Beach. We just moved there, and also travel-wise, it'll be with visas and stuff. It'll be a lot easier. Having the American passport as well.
When that happens, can you see yourself playing Davis Cup for America?
Yeah, that's not something I'm thinking about at all right now. I'm South African, and there's been some Davis Cup issues where it's sort of been tough for me with my schedule and stuff. But there's no thoughts of when I get my American passport to be playing Davis Cup for the States.
After struggling with your knee and elbow injuries a few years back, some have said that you're playing the best tennis you've played in your career. Is it the physical being a better part, or is it just time that your game is finally starting to come together?
I think it's a bit of time. The elbow and the knee is more of a constant thing. After Australia, the knee actually wasn't feeling that great, and it was a little iffy whether I was even going to be playing Delray Beach. And it's quite temperamental, really. It's sort of settled down a lot, and it's been feeling much better over the last few weeks. But just taking care of that and staying healthy, picking my schedule, I've really put as much emphasis as I can on giving myself the right amount of breaks, and really, fortunately, being in the position where I can pick and choose my tournaments has helped a lot with that. But staying healthy is such an important thing. I mean, it sounds so obvious, but when you're not at 100%, it's really tough to compete, and it really throws you off your whole schedule and your routine. And when you have a good schedule and good routine, I think it's so much easier to feel comfortable and play good tennis.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks guys.